What is happening, you wonderful people? So last night I got a chance to watch the first episode of Fallout Season 2, and in this series, Lucy and the Ghoul, as they hunt Lucy's villainous father, Hank, to New Vegas, the site of the nuclear war's origin, leading to conflicts with factions like the Brotherhood and uncovering more of Cooper Howard's past and the truth behind Vault-Tec's scheme, while Norm deals with the ramifications of his Vault 31 discovery. And that's all I can say without giving too much away. Let's talk about it.
What's your favorite scary movie?
So Fallout Season 2, when it comes to Fallout, I've talked about this a lot, y'all already know. I went into Season 1 blind. I went in not knowing anything about Fallout, obviously knowing it was a game and knowing that it was really, really popular and that it has a big fan base and a lot of people love the games. And I've never played a minute or a second of any Fallout game. I definitely want to, and hopefully in the future I will, but I watched all 8 episodes of the first season and I absolutely loved it. It's arguably, I don't know if I'd say my favorite show, but one of my favorite shows. Like I love almost everything about the show. It's near perfect and I just had a blast with that. I think the script, the dialogue's phenomenal, the performances are great. Like Walton Goggins as the Ghoul is amazing. And going into this season 2, I really didn't have any big expectations, and I know I wasn't really over the top hyped, and I know it's kind of ironic and kind of funny to say because I loved Season 1 with how much I loved it, but I just really wasn't feeling the hype, and a lot of people really weren't talking about it. And after having seen the first episode last night, unfortunately, I am a little underwhelmed. So if you're new to my channel, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I talk about my positives first and my negatives next. But even when I need to be positive, I will be negative. Even when I need to be negative, I will be positive. And, you know, overall, I'm not too worried, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, I'm concerned because there are some really good things about this season so far, episode 1, but there also are some things that I'm just not the biggest fan of, some things that I would definitely do differently, but I am going to talk about my positives first and my negatives. And again, we have like, what, 7 more episodes to go? This is just the first episode. Hopefully episode 2 is way better. I'm hoping it is. And I'm hoping that 3 through 8 are definitely good as well. And, you know, just like the first season, I really think that Walton Goggins and Ella Purnell are so great as Lucy and the Ghoul. Mainly Walton Goggins. They're both great, but Walton Goggins just knocks it out of the park as the Ghoul. He does. He just plays the Ghoul as, like, just the way his character is written is so, he brings the charm, the aura, just the menacing aspect of his character. And I think Ella Purnell as Lucy is so much fun. She brings sometimes the wit, she brings just the humor, she brings just the craziness and the energy, right? And I really like their chemistry and their banter back and forth, you know. And I think in this series, you know, season 2 so far with episode 1, what I saw last night, I think it definitely feels bigger. It definitely, and season 1 was big. Season 1 really was big, especially for its scope and scale. And I think the scope and scale in this season so far is big. It is massive. And I definitely think it feels bigger and it feels more grand than the first season. It does. And it feels like it is building to something big. It does. And I think it's directed well, just like the first season for a Prime Video show, which Prime Video, they almost never miss. They almost never miss, whether it's The Boys, which I do need to watch a lot of, and Reacher I've never actually watched, but I've just seen clips and I'm like, man, this is a really well-directed show, you know. And we have Spider Noir coming out, Invincible season 4 is coming out, which I'm going to watch the other seasons of Invincible and Spider Noir as well. But it's just, the show's directed well, and Prime Video does not miss with how their shows and movies, their movies, but mainly shows, are directed, you know, how they look, you know. And I think the performances again are really good in here, especially again from Walton Goggins and Ella Purnell. And it is gorier than the first season. And the opening scene of episode 1 is very gory, but it's what you would expect because we had moments like that in the first season. So there's no surprise there. There's not really any shock value to it, but at the same time there is, because you're like, oh, I've seen this type of thing in the first season, but oh, did not expect that to happen to that person. But here we are, here we are. And I really like the chemistry and banter between both of our leads. I really do. And I think the set design in here is really, really good. The production design is great. And it's just good world building. We get to see more of this Fallout world, which is so intriguing and interesting, and the wonders there. It's mysterious, and it's just, we get more lore. And as someone who's never played the Fallout games, I'm still learning more about the lore, and I've learned a lot about it in the first season, as someone who's never played the games, and I'm learning more just from episode 1, and I'm excited to learn more as the season goes on as well, and I think the score is great, and the needle drops in here are absolutely phenomenal. There is a scene at the beginning of episode 1 that involves Walton Goggins the Ghoul, and the song they choose is really good. It's really good, and that was arguably probably my favorite part of episode 1, and the scene goes by so quick, and I'm like, oh, I wanted more, but it's a really, really cool scene, and y'all are gonna absolutely love it. And it's just, again, I think it's gorier than the first season. Again, I think there's great world building in here so far. Again, I think there's some more really great lore that they're adding and telling us, and it's just the set design's good, the production design's good. Now, talking about my negatives, the thing with season 1 that I absolutely loved, I thought the performances were great. I thought the set design was great. I thought the scope and scale was great. I thought the score was great. But my favorite thing about season 1 was the dialogue, the script, the screenplay, whatever you want to call it, the writing, all of that. I was so intrigued at what the conversations were in season 1, what this character had to say to this character, this line of dialogue, that line of dialogue. The script in season 1 was so sharp, and I just was so engaged, and I just didn't want the season to end. And I think so far, and again, it's just episode 1, and again, I'm not like over the top worried, but I am concerned, and I do hope episode 2 is better, and I do hope 3 through 8 are good as well, but it feels like something is missing so far. And when you're watching a movie or a show and you're trying to figure out what is missing, but you can't wrap your head around it, you can't figure out what is missing. It's on the tip of your tongue. It's on the tip of your tongue, and you're like, man, something is missing, but I can't figure out what it is. I can't figure out what it is. I feel a little underwhelmed so far. It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's just the first season is better, way better as of right now, and I hope season 2 becomes better the next few episodes. I'm really hoping that they're better, and it's just, I feel like the pacing's a little too fast. It feels a little too rushed, but then at times it drags, and I just feel like it has some underlying pacing issues. And I wouldn't say the pacing is horrible, it's not, but you could definitely notice when it speeds up and when it rushes, and you definitely notice when it slows down and when it starts to drag at times during the episode. And it's not bland. It's definitely not bland or dull, but I'm not feeling anything. And when you watch a movie or a show, you want to feel something, right? And right now, I'm just not feeling anything. I'm not feeling that overall excitement like I did for season 1. Like, when it comes to season 1, when each episode would end, I'd be like, oh, I cannot wait to go see the next episode. And I'm not feeling that with this so far. Like, I'm just really not. And I'm not really finding the overall story and narrative interesting so far. Like, when it comes to the first season, I really found the story interesting. Like, I liked how the story was developed in season 1 and how the characters came into play and just how the story came into play. But right now, I'm just really not feeling that, unfortunately. So yeah, overall, with the first episode of Fallout Season 2, I am really hoping that the next episodes, even episode 2, are definitely better, because as someone who has never played the games, but as someone who went into Season 1 blind and absolutely loved every single episode, all 8 episodes, I'm really underwhelmed right now, and I'm hoping that it gets better. So with the first episode of Fallout Season 2, I will give this episode a 3 out of 5 stars. And with the first episode of Fallout Season 2, I will say choose your time wisely. If you're a fan of Fallout, if you are a fan of the games of the first season, I'll say you will possibly like it. But I did read some reviews last night, and most people are enjoying it, which is awesome. But there are some people who are just kind of mixed on it like me. So that'll wrap up this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please don't subscribe, like, like, comment, share this video. We just hit 1K subs a while back. We're now at 1.2K. The next big milestone is 2K and 3K after that. Beyond that as well. If you're new as well, I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, trailer reactions, movie live streams, movie news, movie rankings, all that wonderful movie stuff under the movie umbrella. And let's talk about it in the comments down below. Did y'all like this episode? Did y'all not like this episode? Are y'all excited for this season? Are y'all not excited for this season? Let's talk about it down below. Keep talking movies, wonderful people. Cheers.